All right, I'm back. Small victories. Okay, how many of you remember when we did the outside? Some of the blue in this one? All right, here I've got a card somebody sent me. It's got the Cardinal on it. Do you notice the black goes right around the eye and the beak? Well, look here. So it appears that that black is going to go around here, and that this is actually part of the eye. I'm not sure how it's going to look, but that's what we're going to attempt to work with. Okay, so I have pulled, let me tell you first, black, and we're with the Grizaye pencils. Okay, then we have charcoal. This is 67. Then I'm going to be using henna, which is 62. Then red, which is 3. Poppy, now this is like a red-orange, number 5. Then number 6 is cadmium. Okay, the thing is, I want to be able to go to a deeper red. Yes, I'm trying to sit down. So to go to that deeper red, I've got to have something that's orange. Okay, so if we think about it, this wing is more on top than the body or the tail. So I'm going to start with my orange in here. Now you can make this a bluebird, whatever you would like. I saw this sticking up and just automatically thought, cardinal. But I mean, it can be a pretend bird made up. You do whatever suits you. I'm just doing what suits me. So I got my orange in. Then I'm coming to my poppy. I'm going to do underneath each one of these so that it makes it look like there's a little shadow underneath. Okay, just a little bit there. Then I'm going to come back with my orange again and get that blended. Again, if you missed last week's lesson, or not last week's, couple days, 3 days ago, I did talk about how the pencils are a oil pencil. They've got a lot of oil in them, so they are very, very easy to blend. All right, coming back with my cardamom, and I'm going to blend. So you should be able to see that little bit right up in there. If it's not showing enough, go back in again, add some more. This is how you're going to get your depth. It's by adding that bit in there in the V. And as you're using your other color, if you're using a pencil that blends easily, that's when you're going to be able to see the little shadow areas. Okay, can you do this with Crayola or any other pencil? Yes. You'll just have to work a little harder at getting your colors to blend, but it's perfectly doable. Now, Grizaye pencils are sold on Amazon, but be sure you also check the Grizaye website, because during Black Friday they were actually cheaper there than they were on Amazon. Let me also mention you can buy them individually. So when you figure out what your favorite shades are, you can replace them. And they were like $1 a piece. Yes, $1 per pencil. So if you want to get just the basic pencils, they have a kit that's a colored pencil kit, and you're just, I'm going to come in here real quick with this red because I want more in there. There we go. You can buy one of their kits, and if you get the kit that's actually coloring glass, it's got some glass pieces and you're actually coloring them on the paper, then I think that kit comes with all the primary and secondary colors. So it's a good way to try the pencils out. Okay, so there's that. Okay, next I am going to come in with the red. No, I'm going to come in with Poppy. I'm going to come in with Poppy and do these stripes. Just going to come across here. So you notice what I'm doing here is each time I'm going a little bit darker shade so that we're working down to that bottom layer. So I've got Poppy here. And then I'm going to grab red and do that shadow line. My colors are almost too much the same. I almost have to skip a color each time. So I'm going to skip one and I'm going to move, instead of going to red, I'm going to move to the henna. Now this henna is quite a bit darker, but I want to be able to see that shadow line so that it actually looks like these are layered. All right, now I'll come back in with the Poppy again and just blend this. So how many of you color along, or do you just take notes, or do you watch the video and then watch it again and color along? Or are you just watching videos? That's fine too. Okay, now I am going to start with red this time. And, or do I want to? Yeah, I'm going to start with red. And I'm going to do the bottoms of these. I'm going to leave a little bit of room to put my shadow in. Does that make sense? Because I've been having problems with the shadow showing up, I'm just going to leave a space for it to start with. So now when I pick that henna up, because henna's next, and we think of henna as being a brown, and it is, but it's got a red undercast to it. So I can come across here and then come down these lines where I left that space. I know right now it looks like a hot mess, but give it a minute. Then I'm going to come back in with my red and blend these. And you have to remember too, a lot of times different areas don't look real good until you get that last little bit finished. And then it seems to all pull together. How many times do you put on a dressy outfit and you're like, it's just something's not fitting here right or whatever. And then you put on your jewelry and it pulls it all together. Okay, so remember that when we're coloring. I blew that. I didn't want to brush it and risk messing it up. All right, so now I'm going to come in and I'm still going to be using this red for down here. And here. This time, notice I'm not doing a lot of shadows between the feathers. There comes a point when there's just not room, but then I'm going to take the henna and I'm going to come in here, underneath these, go underneath here. That's my shadow. And then up through here, getting my shadows in. And remember too, when you're right on top of it, it doesn't look as good as when you're further away. All right, the next thing I'm going to grab, yeah, we're at 11 minutes. We're doing okay. I was afraid this would take a little bit longer. I'm going to go back to the poppy and do some of this. And these. Again, I'm leaving that little bit of room, which is what I should have done up here. Then from poppy, I'm going to go to red. That wasn't poppy. Yeah, it was. That was poppy. And I could have used the orangey color. Cardinal. Yeah, I could have used that here. In fact, if I was redoing it, I probably would use this color up here and there. But this works. This will make it appear that it's a layer down from this, which is what we want. Now, I want this to look like it's tucked underneath the wing. So now I'm going to use my red and I'm going to do all of this. And I'm already just thinking about how I'm going to layer these colors so that it's still red, but darker. Does that make sense? Okay, so I've gotten in between all this. Now I'm going to come in with that henna because it's underneath this. It's underneath these little things. Underneath. You know the pretty cardinal, well, we say it's the pretty one, that is all red is the boy. The one that's got the brown and a little bit of red is the female. That's so that predators are lured towards the male instead of the female. You will find that that is true with most of the birds. The more colorful birds are going to be your males because they are the protectors. Not to say us women can't take care of ourselves, but God had a plan when He fixed it all into motion. And our helpmate is to be our protector. So, okay, there's that. Okay, moving on up. I am going to do these right there in that orange cadmium. And then I'm going to move over to poppy next. And their beaks are also a little bit of orange, so I'll put that in there. Okay, moving over to poppy, bringing poppy in here. Can you tell the difference there? It's got more red in it, poppy does. a little bit there. And then I'm going to take this bit right here and put that right up in those little tufts. Then I'm going to move over to my red. I'm going to finish this beak. I'm going to get right here. Just blend it in. If you want it more red, blend it all the way up. It's just going to make a new color, which is fine. Okay, their legs are a brownish gray. So I have my charcoal here, and I'm going to come in and just do this. And part of me is saying, why didn't I bring a brown back here? But you know what? I have henna. So if I put henna over the top of the charcoal, I'm getting more of a brown. Okay, then I'm going to take the charcoal and I'm going to go ahead. Actually, the eye has a lot of black in it too. I'm just going to start here. We'll see how far I go. Part of me says go ahead and do this all in charcoal. But we're going to see how goofy it looks. Just this way first. I can always go back in and add some charcoal to that if I find I'm having trouble with it. Okay, so this is charcoal. Really getting it in there. Just getting a good base coat. Okay, then I'm going to come in with black. Okay, now black can overtake something very quickly, so you really do want to be careful. This can be black because it's further down in, right? And then fade it out. See how I'm fading it into the charcoal, getting lighter and lighter touch. Even though I've got a death grip on my pencil, my touch is being lighter and lighter. Same thing here. I come down, got a death grip on it, but as I come out, I am getting lighter. Get lighter as you come out. This is really going to add some depth that you would not otherwise have to this area if you just did it all black. Can you do it all black? Yes. Absolutely. You can do it however you would like. Do I just like it better this way? For me, I do. Doesn't mean you have to. Excuse me, I'm a frog. There we go. Okay, getting lighter and lighter as I come in. So it's almost black, but not yet. Then I am going to make these little dots black just as a point of interest. Just because, why not? Now, what do you think? Okay, because that's more realistic on size. If you ever frame something and somebody walks up to it and says, oh my goodness, you didn't blend that good. You know what? Psst, don't stand so close to my picture then. You know? But yeah, I didn't get all that white out yet. So, yeah, don't worry about that. You're coloring for you. You're coloring to learn. and to just have fun. Why not? There we go. That looks better. Yeah, you'll look around and you'll see stuff that needs to be touched up. And there's nothing wrong with that. Goodness, God's still touching me up. I am going to use a little bit of orange in here. That was that cadmium that we started with. I just brought some of that in here on top of that red. And look how it made a new color. Because it's not the same as that. Even if I come back and go over this, it's not the same. So if you don't have enough reds or oranges in your palette of pencils, layer them like we just did this. You can make your own colors. Takes a little bit more work, but it's perfectly doable. There's nothing wrong with layering. The more you color, if you're stretching yourself, you're going to be layering some. Now, when you go back into this, you be very careful that you don't drag through that black, because it can drag right up into your picture. I mean, watch this. I'm going to take this, that bottom part where there's not, I'm going to do the whole stripe. Okay, just popped that a little bit. See how the color is popping? Let me see what happens here. Just going part way up on these. It just changes the color up. Nothing wrong with that. Brightens it a little bit. Okay. I do believe I'm going to call this page finished though. Okay, let me know what you think. Wow, we went through that in record time. So, all right, clean this up. There we go. All right, if you have questions, let me know. Don't eat too much over the holidays. I'm going to try my best to be in and out during the holidays still and doing more. It's just we have so many parties and Christmas things coming up. I can't promise it, but I will do my best, okay? All right, I will see you all hopefully in a few more days, all right? Thanks for stopping in, and feel free to share my links and help me get some more viewers. All right, bye-bye.